For years, people have referred to the Richmond as kind of a boring place. And the reality is it started as a rather exciting place. It started with racetracks, it started with amusements, it started with relationship to Golden Gate Park. And over time, because residential dominated, it then got the idea of being a boring place. It is far from a boring place.
Hi, my name is Ty. I own this business about 5 years. I live in Richmond. I lived all my life. I went to Washington High School. Yeah, it's my neighborhood. Love it.
When you're talking about neighborhood change is endemic to any neighborhood. It always is changing. It's gone on changing from the beginning of its inception. In the 1870s. This was all a big sandbank. To most people, it was beyond redemption. It was simply sand and you never could live here. But there started to be some interesting things that developed. One was the fact that they developed a roadhouse, better known as the Cliff House, at the end of Point Lobos. And that particular roadhouse needed a road. So the road was what became Geary Street. It was originally called Point Lobos Toll Road. You had to pay a toll to go on their road. So that's the main corridor through this area to get out to a place where you could watch the sea lions and maybe have a drink while you were there. That was the kind of the incentive. The Great Pacific Ocean was a great incentive to people to see the Pacific Ocean. If you were living downtown, you could not see the Pacific, you could only see the bay. The property around the Cliff House was all bought by Adolf Sutro. Adolf Sutro took that property and started with a simple concept. First of all, his grounds were going to be public. So that became an attraction, but then he takes that even further. He decides that a little cove down below his property would be great if he could get the seawater in there and create kind of an aquarium, an open air aquarium. Well, he was an engineer, and you let engineers loose, and pretty soon his little viewing ponds become bigger and bigger in a bigger structure and glass enclosed, so it becomes Sutro Baths. It was something new and exciting. He would put on concerts there. They would have exhibitions of diving and that kind of stuff. They would have swimming events, all that kind of thing. And it draws the public out to Sutro Baths. So Sutro Baths is now a new attraction to come into this neighborhood. Along the same line, starting in the 1870s, they lay out a piece of property that we now call Golden Gate Park. Another opportunity to come to the western part of the city to see that it wasn't just bleak sand dunes, that there were some other opportunities and some other things happening.
One of the best things I like about the Richmond is primarily how when you walk down the street, there's kind of like little niches and little pockets of different cultures, and you don't really get that anywhere else. Especially like San Francisco is really well known for that, and I think the Richmond District itself really exemplifies San Francisco as a whole.
It's a residential neighborhood bounded on one side by Golden Gate Park, a great recreational area, bounded on the other side by the Presidio of San Francisco, which is another huge recreational area, Land's End. So on three sides, we really are very, very much of a urban recreational area with all the amenities that go to a natural habitat. So that's really an important part to me of the Richmond District, and why I loved and loved living here is because of that particular thing. You can't put your finger on one specific thing that defines the Richmond District as if it, except for the houses and the people. That's what it comes down to me. Change one thing, I couldn't tell you what that would be, except people should appreciate it.